Well, everyone, it's the month of May. Isn't that something? It's still early 2024. Boy, this year is going by fast. And even the month of May is going by fast. And we just got into some warm weather in the springtime. And hopefully, so far, you have been enjoying this lovely spring weather we've been getting lately. I'm just glad spring is here. I love spring. Of course, May 1st was the 25th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants. It's hard to believe and it's crazy to think that SpongeBob has been around Nickelodeon since May 1st of 1999 and is still around to this day 25 years later. And SpongeBob's 30th anniversary will be in the next 5 years in 2029. I was 8 years old when SpongeBob aired on Nickelodeon. And SpongeBob is a classic, specifically when we're talking about SpongeBob's prime. In his heyday, I should say. But then it started going downhill just a bit with some of the characters have been flanderized for the worse, and now it's got to the point where they have these characters with these ridiculous facial expressions, which pisses me off every time I'm watching the current SpongeBob episodes now. Like, I'll watch it, but it's so hard to watch it now with the characters' ridiculous facial expressions. And I'm mainly talking about SpongeBob, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Plankton, and Pearl's facial expressions. Like, their facial expressions pisses me off the most. Where I just want to imagine myself going to the TV and knocking them out and beating the hell out of them. Where they're unhappy and they cry. And they beg for mercy. Like, for real. I am sick and tired of it. Why do they have to have these ridiculous over-the-top facial expressions? SpongeBob has never had that since 1999. Okay? And I think they started bringing in the over-the-top facial expressions since what, like 2016, somewhere around there? Before Steven Hillenburg passed away. And I wonder how he felt about the characters getting facial expressions. I have a feeling that he probably wasn't cool with it. But you know, at that point, Steven Hillenburg, I don't think really had control of his show anymore like he used to. And I think at that point he was like, hey, you know what? I don't like the characters getting these over-the-top facial expressions, but I'm just glad to be back. I'm just glad to still be doing SpongeBob. I've heard that some people were saying that SpongeBob went the Ren and Stimpy route because Ren and Stimpy were known with their over-the-top facial expressions. Okay. Well, I can understand Ren and Stimpy because Ren and Stimpy was always known for their over-the-top facial expressions for characters. But just because Ren and Stimpy did it doesn't mean SpongeBob had to do it. If they haven't done it since day one, then they don't need to be having it years later just to spice it up or whatever. Okay? That's Ren and Stimpy's thing. It was never SpongeBob's thing, so there's no need for the over-the-top facial expressions. Okay? I hate seeing SpongeBob with his over-the-top facial expressions where his eyes get all big and squinty when he's getting all close to the characters like Squidward when hugging them and crap. Weird, creepy smile expressions and whatnot. And the same with Patrick when he gets pissed off with the big tooth sticking out and that facial expression look on his face and he's drooling. What the hell's up with all that? It's bad enough you've been flanderized into a retarded starfish nowadays. That doesn't mean that you need to have a retarded look on your face, Patrick. Get rid of it. I want to jack you up the most. But yeah, 25 years of SpongeBob. It's amazing, and SpongeBob is still going to continue going strong. SpongeBob is just not the same anymore. It really isn't. That's all I gotta say. You guys tell me your thoughts on the over-top facial expressions of the characters of SpongeBob. Does it drive you crazy? Do you feel like SpongeBob is just not the same anymore? That's all I gotta say. Later.